Please be sure to silence all cellular devices, puppies, doorbells, and regular TVs. Welcome back to another episode of Insert Subject here. I'm Makia.
And I'm Anthony.
And if you noticed, last week we had quite the distractions.
Where was that? Where was I?
I thought I was going to have to give Anthony a knuckle sandwich.
Mama! My work phone went off. Listen. Mama! I don't know what happened. I thought it was on fire. Phone ain't ring all day. My phone rang today for work one time. Anyway.
So, housekeeping. Would you like some turn down service?
Now I'm trying to turn up.
Turn up. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the page, turn the notification bell on, and keep the conversation going in the comment section below.
And pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
So
y'all don't be in our Facebook page. We be dropping some gems in there. Y'all just be like, oh, I see it.
Let's drop all the ways to get in contact with us because I'm so excited. It's almost Father's Day. Depending on when you're watching this, it's probably after Father's Day. Okay. So we did something super dope for Father's Day week. I love to...
We have new stuff coming. Because she was great. Give it away.
I was. I'm glad you caught me.
We on the roll, man. We are embracing content creation.
Yeah.
Well, I'm embracing it through her because I'm still Anthony.
Yes, I'm just super excited about it. And so, speaking of content creating, we are going to talk about some different things that we watch on YouTube because we've talked about movies. We've talked about television shows and different things like that. So now we are going to talk about different content creators that we watch. And maybe introduce you to some things that you may or may not know of.
There's more room in the room, like Pastor Dame Dore say, so I ain't got to dim nobody's light for me to shine.
Right.
Put y'all on some good stuff that we watch because we enjoy it.
Won't you come on in?
Won't you come on in?
So I'm going to kick this off.
Go on, kick it off.
So, don't judge me. No judgment zone. No judgment zone. You know about it. You know about it. So I watched this YouTube channel called Fascinating Horror. And Fascinating Horror, they talk about different events, theme parks, and different things that have had some tragedies. Mm-hmm. And one in particular is a place called Adventure Park, which was in Vernon, New Jersey. It was a water park and a theme park, and it had horrible safety regulations, like to the point that they called it class action park because there were 6 deaths and hundreds of serious injuries. And I'll show you a few pictures of some things. Like it was like whatever is the craziest thing you can come up with, let's do it. They had a water slide that was inverted, so you slide down and go through this loop and come out. And you do it with your body.
No tube or nothing. I remember that.
And so they were getting their staff to try these rides and stuff out first. People were breaking necks. And when you look through, I'm like, who would even get on this stuff? Like, what daredevils would even get on this stuff? It was just a complete and utter mess. And then they talk about other different events that happened to people and roller coasters that were like smashing into each other or going off rails. And I bet right now you're probably like, well, McKay, why would you watch this garbage? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just thing. I go down these rabbit holes and then one goes off. It's almost like the ID channel, like the killer that lives next door and stuff. I just find myself 3 hours later, they come upstairs like, is we going to have dinner today? And I'm like, whoa, it's like 5 hours later. I've been watching this all day.
And then she tell us sit down and make us watch the one she just watched.
Yes, because you got to see this. So that's just, if you're interested in learning, and these are all true events and true situations. There was even a beach that caught fire. It's just so fascinating. Like, wow,
she's there for hours watching this stuff.
I am.
She's there for hours. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. So the first one I'm going to share with you is best ever food reviews.
Yeah.
Man, so listen, the premise is Sonny travels the world and he's trying food everywhere. He comes up with, I'm going to try to eat for $12 today in Hong Kong, and you see the stuff that he can get and the quality of the food. And he comments on it. He's just like a regular food guy. Like it's not he's not a chef or anything of that nature. He just likes to eat. And so I get fascinated because I'm a fat kid and I'm a blossoming foodie. So I'm going to try some things. However, some of the stuff he tries, I'm not willing to try. Like one place he ate like cow's brain. I thought that was disgusting. Another place they had like cow testicle soup. Not gonna do it. They even had like blood soup. They cut like some animal and they didn't even cook the blood. The blood was, and he ate like, so I'm not going that far, that extreme, but some of the stuff looks good. I think my only issue with the reviews are, let me give you my issue. Let me start with love. They shoot it. The cinematography of this show, absolutely amazing. They spare no expense. They drone you. They 4K you. The shots of the food, the people cooking, the atmosphere. They do great. He's entertaining. He interacts with local guides there. That's amazing. The one knock I have is that every chef seems to think pork fat makes dishes better.
Yeah,
I can't get with it because ain't no pork on my fork. I don't do no swine. So I just want them to embrace the fact that turkey bacon is king. Judge your mama.
Can I hop on your boat real quick?
You always walk on the boat, baby.
Okay. Like this video. One thing that I also like about the show is that there was one time where he went and he tried steak at different places, like different restaurants in one place, and he like compared how each chef cooked it. And he would go through like, this steak might be $2, but this steak might be $200.
Yes.
I like that. And the guy is very entertaining.
He is.
I really enjoy him.
Entertaining.
And it makes me want to go abroad to these places like Thailand and Hong Kong and try these street vendors because it's really fascinating.
Like the ramen episodes, I was just like, they getting, like we used to ramen noodles. They have like real broth that they've made all morning with, of course, some sort of pork that they put into it. But the vegetables and the salt, I'm like, I could just go on a ramen tour there and enjoy myself. Like, so that's one of my, I find myself, I'll watch all of them and sometimes I'll let them kind of like store up so I can just binge a bunch of them. Because they're like 15 to 16 minutes.
Yeah.
I love it. So check that one out after you watch about the people dying on the roller coasters and stuff that you can check on my man Sonny in there.
So then up next, and I'm going to group these three together. I watch Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, and Flicks in the City. And they all do movie and TV reviews. And just to break it down, Chris, and I followed his story. He was a Jehovah's Witness. And
that's my guy. I like him. Okay.
And he really was he's really into cinema. He's trying to do his own productions. He has done some like little short films and stuff, nothing major that's been on the big screen or anything. But he's so raw and honest with his background and how he was forced to give up doing his movie reviews because he had started doing them in when he was a Jehovah's Witness. And he just quit, and he gave this, and he even has his video still up where he quit doing the movie reviews because people and I don't know what the community is called, but they were saying that he was watching films that he should not have been watching. And it wasn't anything bad. Like, he loves horror movies and stuff like that. So he was watching stuff like that, and he had to give that up, and he went through a depression.
Yes.
And it came to a point where he had to choose between being a Jehovah's Witness, because they pretty much had started to shun him, or if he was going to follow his dream, which he ended up doing. And then he goes into, like, him and his family that he has with his wife and their arrangement and things like that, which is so fascinating to me. But the way that I like him to do with his movie reviews is he talks about it from the cinematic standpoint. Yes. He doesn't give away any spoilers of the movie. He does give his review, and he'll say, like, it's an A, a B, a C plus, whatever. But he really talks about the way the movie was written and will give you a little bit of backstory about it. Now, my boy Jeremy Jones, he is a cynical, sarcastic dude, and I love his reviews.
Is that the green screen dude?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I do like him too. I like him too.
Now, his will have some spoilers in it, so I don't watch his until after I've watched the movie, because he'll tell you, like, this was stupid. I don't even know what...
I do like that he cuts no corners.
He doesn't.
Although I feel like everybody got paid to review A Quiet Place too.
Yeah, because everybody said that was good, and I was like...
I don't even know what movie I watched.
Right. And then Flicks in the City, they're really good with tying movies together. Like, I sat and watched how all of the Conjuring movies and the Annabelles and all of that was tied in together.
Yeah, I don't watch Flicks in the City with her because I don't care that much about it.
And then they also will give Easter eggs or things in case you missed it for other movies, and kind of how they all tie together, or how they're going to do the spinoff and things like that. So I find that fascinating, because I like to, after I watch a movie, I like to wait a little while, and then I'll go back and watch it again. Like earlier today, I was going back and watching Memoirs of a Geisha. I
only needed that one time.
But when you watch, to me, and this is just to me, when you go back and watch something after you're a little older, or after you've experienced a few things, you start noticing, like, don't judge me, no judgment zone. I didn't know when I first watched Memoirs of a Geisha what a geisha really was. I just have always been fascinated with Japanese culture and Asian culture. I mean, I have Asian characters on my back that I've been trying to figure out what they are for a long time. I think
salt, pepper, ketchup.
I think it's probably that. I've been to a few people, and I'm like, can you read this? And they're like, no, ma'am. We don't know what that is. But I've always just been very interested in that. So I've watched Memoirs of a Geisha. And now, watching it again, I'm like, I didn't really realize what I was watching when I was watching it back then.
Can I get in?
Yes.
Can I get some of this?
Of course.
So she made me watch it. We were, I think we had just got married.
That's right, because it's my third time watching it.
Yeah, and I knew what it was right away.
So you're right. I didn't know until we got together.
Yeah, I knew what it was immediately.
Yes.
I knew what I was watching.
Well, now I realize she was bringing honor to them all.
Knock him down, knock him down, knock him down. Hot girl summer. Keeping with your theme of 3, I'm really into smelling good. So a rabbit hole I fall down that I have sucked my wife into is fragrance reviews. My favorites, a couple of my favorites are Ashton from Gent Sense, Big Beard B from Baltimore. Big business. Cuba No. He's strictly for entertainment. It's not even for a fragrance review. It is strictly for entertainment with him. So if you check him out, just be prepared to be shocked. He's going to say some stuff. Just deal with him. And the new guy I'm on is Aaron Terrence Hughes. Are we engaged? Do we have our samples? Are we engaged with our higher selves? Let's get testing.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
So every time I put him on, he's a fragrance creator, and he started doing reviews as he was building his brand. And in the beginning, I didn't like him because he was so harsh. Like, he was just like, this is horrible. It's no naturals. But I think the more you get into fragrance, the more you realize everything doesn't have to be a natural. Aroma chemicals work just as fine. So he kind of softened up a little bit, and whenever I put him on, he talks. he's like from London or England, and he talks with an accent, and he talks very soft, and he's galactolites and spectacular. Delights.
he put
But
some
he's very
words
soft.
together.
And every time McKay hears his voice, she was like, "That's my boy." And she just sit there, just stare at the screen because he's talking very soft. And the galactolites mixed with the metoprophogates.
And I pulled my phone out like, I'm going to Google this. I don't even know what a galactolite is, but I want one.
But I go down these rabbit holes of watching because I like discovering new fragrances. I like hearing what people think about certain fragrances I own. I like hearing some stuff like, I didn't even know that was in notes, and then I'm gonna give that a shot. So fragrance tube has put me on with a lot of the stuff that's in my fragrance collection and a lot of stuff that's in McKay's fragrance collection. So that's where I spend a good majority of my time, other than whiskey tube. But I left that out this episode.
Oh, you don't want them to know you a whiskey?
I'm a whiskey guy, you feel me? But I'm on whiskey tube a lot because I like whiskey. The end.
Like Tennessee whiskey.
Oh yes, that's my joint. I gotta learn the words of that so I can sing that for karaoke.
She's asleep.
She don't know the words, y'all.
Strawberry wine.
I thought it was Georgia wine.
It's strawberry.
You can look it up. I'm gonna look it up, and y'all see up here if she's lying or not.
So my final guy is Ryan Shaw. And then I have a few other ones that I'll connect with Ryan Shaw. But when we went to the wedding in Delaware in March, was it March?
Yes.
March. We were walking around the mall and we happened upon the Tesla dealership. And I've been dying to go to the and it wasn't even a Tesla dealership. It was just like a Tesla
Test drive center.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I just went in to get some more information because I'm considering moving over into an EV for my next vehicle. And we talked to the guy, had a great time, went out and did a test drive. It was absolutely amazing. So I was hooked. I'm like, I'm getting a Tesla. Now, for me, I like to do a lot of research before I make a big purchase. And I'm
ridiculous amount of research.
Like, I'm looking at everything, reading everything, because I'm trying to figure out how am I going to...
10,000 hours worth of research.
But I have to figure out how I'm going to charge this thing, if I'm going to install the wall mount charger to our home. What am I going to do? Where are Tesla charging stations? I done found some of them, all of that.
And that's how we differ, because I'm just like, she liked the car. I was like, let's go to the dealership. Let's go to the dealership. Like, we'll figure out charging later. Let's go get the car. And she's just like, no, I need to watch 16,000 YouTube videos before I decide. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, then I'm glad I did, because now I am stuck between about 4 electric vehicles. And surprisingly, I'm not considering Tesla as much anymore.
After watching some of the videos with you, Tesla is like bottom 6 for me.
Exactly. There are so many, and some of the things that I've learned is you got to take a Tesla to get it fixed. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm going to put them on blast. Tesla of Owings Mills really tanked my feeling of getting a Tesla. We did not have because after we did the test drive in Delaware, we hooked up and we're going to go into the Tesla dealership and actually buy one. Mm-hmm. But I was stuck between 2 different ones. I didn't know if I wanted the Model Y or the Model 3. And so I wanted to kind of figure out what I wanted. I wanted to customize it for me and figure out if I wanted the autopilot and all of that stuff. And I didn't have a very pleasant experience. And for the amount of money that is going to be spent for this vehicle, there was something that I expected. And it was a completely different feel than in Delaware.
Customer service sucked at the Tesla in Owings Mills. And it wasn't, I'm not going to go into details, but I'll just say this. If you don't like your job, I think I've said this once before, I didn't ask you to do it. So don't take it out on me. You came to work. Like you put in the application to come work here. But the girl had us just sitting. Like we wanted to see the inside of a car, and instead of her going to get a key or a phone to open the car, she just had us sit, wouldn't come over to us, talked on the phone, checked her emails. We wound up getting another sales assistant to help us because I was like, I'm not going to sit here for another 15 minutes just to see the inside of a car. Are you serious?
Right. And the reason being is because I was trying to figure out the spacing because I had never sat in the back. I'd only driven them. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see in the back how that would feel for passengers, things like that. So we did have the second guy who did make the experience a lot better. Yeah. And then we decided to go to our bank and do the loan approval and everything. But then as we were sitting there, I was like, I'm not 100% sold on the Tesla yet. So let's just do some more research. We found out what we would be approved for and everything. And so let's look at some other vehicles. And so now I'm going down these different rabbit holes with the best electric vehicles. I know for sure that my next vehicle is going to be an electric vehicle. I do want it to have the capability of me to start it from my phone, get everything ready, have my phone as my key, make it personalized to my driving experience and things like that. And all of this I've learned from watching
16,000 videos. I think the coolest part about these EV cars, though, I was saying to McKay, is the you know how you got that little space right under the radio, but before the gear shift, it's that little compartment. All of the EV cars are like QI, is that what we call them? Wireless chargers. So you just sit your phone in and it charges.
Right.
I think that's dope because I'm tired of buying car chargers.
Yeah, and we're a mixed Android Apple family, so we got to carry all these chargers so the kids can charge their phones, we can charge our phones. But I really like that it's quiet because you don't have a motor.
Android.
They're quiet because they don't have motors.
Yeah.
But now, just in case you're interested, like this video, I am stuck now between the Nissan Ariya, the Mach-E, the Mustang Mach-E, the
I'm gonna let you say it. Byton. The Byton.
I hope they bring that.
That joint fire. I have a few I like now because of it, but I just know we can't.
Done. The Volkswagen ID4.
That was mine.
And I'm done.
She didn't even like the Volkswagen ID4 till I said something.
I did like the Volkswagen
You did.
ID4. I was considering it.
And the Honda. I like the Hyundai. But we can't have two electric vehicles because in the case of a zombie apocalypse, you got a limited miles of range. And I'm just saying, it's quicker to stop at a gas station. Somebody hold a shotgun out the window, we pump up, get out of there, then there's the wait and let the car charge.
What's the next one you want?
All right. So my last one, and this is probably one I stumbled on by mistake. This was a continuation from something else I was watching. Soft white underbelly. It's not what you think, perverts. So it's a photographer by the name of Mark Laeda, and he's embarked upon a journey to capture the tale of human condition through interviews and pictures. This brother interviews, and he's a white guy, but this guy interviews prostitutes, pimps, drug addicts, homeless people, sex offenders, Ku Klux Klan. He interviews like the darker side of things, and he shows you that they're human too when he does the interview. Now, everybody just talk their talk because I stumbled upon a pimp named Sharp. And I don't know how I got stuck on a pimp named Sharp, but I'm watching and I'm listening to this young man talk, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, he was charismatic. And he's telling his story, and he was like, I ain't gonna break down and cry. Like, he was very articulate, and I was just taken aback by the fact that this is a pimp who society would pretty much throw away and deem this horrible person. What they're doing might be horrible. What they're doing is horrible, not might be. But they're still human, and it's a reason for everybody's thing. And he was given his reasons and how he got introduced to the life. They call it the life. I was like, I felt like I was learning stuff like in this. And you're just listening, and I listened to an addict one time, and she like had a guy pop up ready to beat her up while she was giving her interview. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is? But it's just the realness of the interviews. It drew me in. I was downstairs like maybe 3-4 hours just watching them back to back to back because it's just so real in this conversation. I like people that are different from me because you learn something about.
Yeah.
And so soft white underbelly. Be prepared to be stuck for a while because they go and he'll follow up with certain people. Like I think he followed up with a pimp named Sharp like 4 or 5 times, and he follows them. He tries to keep up with them. He pays them, and then he gets one amazing image at the end, a black and white image taken at the interview. He's a beast. So soft white underbelly. It's a dope channel.
Was Sharp up? Was his hose down?
I don't have no rant. I'm just we're gonna end on that dead joke right there. No.
So, remember a few episodes ago, I talked about eyelashes. Well, a dog in Atlanta decided to he must have been watching my episode in which I asked that question because he had enough. Now, viewer continuation with this conversation is strongly advised for consideration of the graphical imagination that will be tantalization
for expiation.
So, a TikToker by the name of Kelsey was unable to book her normal lash technician for her birthday.
Okay.
So she found this girl.
It's about to go weird, I think.
Went to her home and got up on her lash table or whatever it's called and was getting her lashes done. Now, the lash tech had a dog, a Chihuahua. And the Chihuahua was friendly enough with Kelsey because he even hopped up on her and she was petting him while she was getting her eyelashes done. Well, when she was done getting her eyelashes done, she looked down and the dog was just looking at her. And before she knew it, the dog just jumped up and took her eyelid off, like the whole eyelid. And you see some photos that are...
Oh, man.
So, needless to say, sweet little Kelsey spent her birthday in the emergency room for 10 hours because she had to have her eyelid put back on. So, to all my sweet little lash lovers, my question to you all is, what would you do? And is she able to sue?
I mean, technically, yeah. Because she was attacked by a dog that wasn't hers at somebody else's property. You're responsible for your dog.
Yeah, but I wonder what type of waiver.
Hey, if I'm going to your house, I don't know too many people make me sign waivers to go to the house.
That's true. But I'm going to tell you what I would have did. I would have hashtag punt him like Baxter in Anchorman.
He punted him. He took him.
That's what I would have did. But hit them comment sections.
Are the devil.
They are very snippy little angry little dogs.
I don't like them.
We did get us a quarantine puppy. We've had him for, he's an adult now, for almost a year now. We're going to pop up sweet little Maui's picture because you've probably heard him barking quite a few little times. But let me tell you, if Maui would have took a leg, I would have took a leg. Let me tell you something.
So goofy. I don't have a rant, but I did want to end with a quote that I really liked.
Okay.
Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life.
Ooh.
That's Steve Jobs. What I was thinking about was, life expectancy for an American is 77.8 years.
Dang, I only got like 47 more summers.
I'm not doing this 27 thing with you no more. So when you think about it, like it's like she said, like Dion Cole said, like you don't get time back, so you only got a certain number of summers left. Man, just live.
Yes.
Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you smile. Enjoy it and live. You can't get time back at all. Mm-hmm. So love y'all. Be safe out there.
Love you here.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our socials. You feel me? I posted a reel the other day and it got like 3,000 views. I'm kind of low-key famous for real.
How about around now?
But no, just follow us on social medias to keep up with us. We got great new content coming, y'all. Like we got some things. I've been thinking of some ideas of little segments I want to do myself. I know my kid got some in her head. We about to come with it.
But I will now.
You better, because you about to get left. But listen, with that being said, I'm Ant.
And I'm surprised.
Thanks for stopping by to talk some insurance today. You ain't Paul.